called.
Yes.
He wasn't touched down until he was in the end zone. This is not college football. It's professional football.
No, and the other poor call was when when Green Bay was allowed to call a timeout when they had not 12, 13 guys.
Yeah, that was the fifth call that people were upset about because the Lions weren't allowed to call timeout when they had 12 on the field. The officials blew it way before the snap. And then the Green Bay had 13 on the field when the Lions were trying to go fast. They get to call a timeout, get their defense set to stop them.
William, cell phone, you're on 97.1 The Ticket. Hello, William.
Hey, good morning. I really appreciated our coach's comments on the game yesterday, like, hey, just keep making plays, because I think, as your producer just explained, the game is just different. If you go back, and I really started watching football intensely and enjoying it 40 years ago, as your producer just explained, the game is just officiated differently. You know, like the Kerryon Johnson catch that was changed, the Trey Flower calls, those calls aren't called 40 years ago. So you just got to keep playing and making plays, because that's how the game is officiated today. I mean, if you go back 40 years, like imagine the Franco Harris catch, right? Which really, I mean, it was like a very impactful, the ball where he sort of picked it up almost off the turf, or maybe off the turf if there had been replay. You know, I mean, that's an epic play in football history that may have not been a play in today's football. So the game is just different. You know, is it worse? Is it better? You know, it just depends on your point of view, but it's a different game, and you've got to always keep yourself in a position where you're in control by continuing to make plays, because more is just under scrutiny today.
It's that, thanks for the phone call, William. You make a really good point. And in terms of like the Orlovsky clip we played right before Tony's update, where he said, your league is getting to be unwatchable, couldn't disagree more. I think so far the 2019 season has been fun.
Yeah.
There have been a lot. I mean, every Lion game has been compelling for a variety of reasons. Some of the Thursday night games have been great. The game of the year was that Rams-Seahawks game a couple weeks ago on a Thursday night. Refereeing aside, officiating aside, I think the league's actually having a pretty good year.
Yeah. You mentioned the Franco Harris thing. The reason that was so controversial was because in those days, the ball couldn't go off an offensive player and another offensive player, and you couldn't tell whether it touched Frenchie Fuqua or whoever before, it went to Franco. If it would have been replayed back then, who knows?
All right, 7:13. Heather has news coming up next.
I sure do. I've got a story about a Montana fisherman who caught more than he was expecting.
97.1 The Ticket.
Yep, it's the huge Sign and Drive sales event at Todd Wenzel Buick GMC. Right now, you can get Sign and Drive lease specials with 0 down and only your first month payment due at signing. You can take advantage of some amazing lease deals going on right now at Todd Wenzel Buick GMC in Westland, where you can lease a beautiful GMC Acadia for only $249 a month. Or if a truck is more your speed, you can lease a GMC Sierra for only $299 a month. Sign and drive with only your first payment due at signing. See dealer for details. If you are in the market for a pre-owned vehicle, you can shop nearly 5,000 pre-owned vehicles, including over 100 certified vehicles in stock at Todd Wenzel Buick GMC. Starting at just $5,000, you'll find an SUV, sedan, or truck that fits your budget. Todd Wenzel Buick GMC is conveniently located at the corner of Ford and Wayne Road in Westland, or you can shop their inventory online 24/7 at ToddWenzelWestland.com. That's ToddWenzelWestland.com. Todd Wenzel Buick GMC is open this Saturday for sales from 10 to 3 and for service from 9 to 2. We are professional grade.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Adam in Oakland County, 75 southbound at Dixie Highway. You'll find only the right lane is open due to an accident. There's also a crash blocking the right lane in both shoulders, 94 eastbound just after Little Mac. In Washtenaw County, an accident is reported on 94 westbound at Michigan Avenue, blocking the left lane. And US 23 northbound at M59 Highland Road, still closed due to a wreck. Also, Telegraph southbound at Pennsylvania and Taylor, closed due to an accident investigation. If you're a man facing divorce or custody issues, you need the attorneys at Adam, expertly protecting men's rights for over 25 years. Call 248-356-ADAM. I'm Michelle Pena on the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
97.1 The Ticket and CBS Sports Radio 1270. Your homes for the NFL on Westwood One. The Denver Broncos host the Kansas City Chiefs. Thursday night football. Pre-game at 7:30 on CBS Sports Radio 1270.
If your furnace sounds like a screeching pterodactyl or keys tumbling in a dryer, don't hesitate.
fact, here in Ontario, Canada, it's one of the best times of the year. Colorful leaves everywhere you look, great fall festivals, glamping under the stars, that's glamorous camping. Incredible foodie flavors and wine excursions that are perfect for a weekend getaway. We've got the best fall has to offer, but don't take too long, because pretty soon... Okay, enough. Plan your fall weekend in Ontario at fallinontario.com.
What is that? The presentation and a kid's flesh-eating bacteria.
A deadly bacteria threatens Chicago.
This is no outbreak. It's an act of terror.
A case so big, it will take all 3 teams of heroes to solve it.
There's someone out there with weaponized bacteria.
Chicago Fire, Med, and PD come together for the most intense Chicago crossover ever.
Infection spreading.
The epic 3-hour Chicago crossover event tonight on ABC.
Is your business still settling for slow internet? Well, time is money. Switch to Comcast Business now and get a great deal on fast, reliable internet. With a 30-day money-back guarantee, installation when it works for you, and 24/7 customer support. It's time to take your business beyond. Right now, get 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month for 2 years when you add 2 voice mobility lines and sign up for paperless billing and auto pay. Plus, we offer solutions like powerful Wi-Fi that thinks about what customers want, and automatic internet backup that can keep your business running. So what are you waiting for? Get the internet your business really needs. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Monthly service charge increases by $10 without paperless billing and auto pay. Offerings 11/21/19. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra subject to change. Backup limited up to 8 hours.
At Aaron's, we believe good people are all around us. In fact, you hear it on the news all the time.
People formed a human chain to rescue a man during the storm.
That's why Aaron's approves good people other stores won't. Your credit isn't the best? That's fine. Need more time to pay? Let's work it out. Want hundreds of options from top brands? Just lease with Aaron's. We even deliver to you for free. Because good people always deserve better. Aaron's. Easy, beautiful, affordable.
I'm former Detroit Red Wing Chris Osgood. There's a great new lineup this season. The Chevy family of SUVs, Trax, Equinox, Blazer, and Traverse. Whatever you want in an SUV, they've got it. And we've got Red Wing tickets to give you. Brought to you by 97.1 The Ticket and Chevrolet, official vehicle of the Detroit Red Wings.
Got something to say? Text 97.1 The Ticket now at 97136. Ticket text brought to you by LaFontaine Kia of Dearborn. Home of the family deal. Find over 5,000 new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs daily at FamilyDeal.com.
The Michigan Wolverines play in Penn State. Kickoff Saturday at 7:30 on 97.1 The Ticket or radio.com.
7:20 on 97.1 The Ticket. Red Wings lose in Vancouver late last night, 5-1. They are off today. Got Calgary Thursday, Edmonton Friday on their Canadian Western Tour. Pistons lose by 20 to the Sixers in Philly last night. 19 in the game for Christian Wood for your Detroit Pistons.
No big deal.
And
Blake Drummond and somebody else. Markieff Morris didn't play.
Yeah.
Plus it's preseason.
Yeah, I was going to say, that was the, no big deal.
Yeah.
And also the Nats are in the World Series. Washington wins the pennant, beating St. Louis 7-4. They blank the Cardinals in the series. 4-0, the MVP there, Howie Kendrick. Astros behind Garrett Cole beat the Yankees 4-1. They lead that series 2-1 with Game 4 scheduled for tonight in New York, but rain might be in the forecast. Time for news with Heather. What's up, Heather?
Well, you guys, things are getting pretty nasty between Jeremy Renner and his ex-wife. Yeah, so his ex-wife wants sole custody of their 6-year-old daughter because she says that he has substance abuse issues, and she says that he threatened to kill her. Now, he's firing back, and he says, wait, she's the one with the substance abuse issues, and she's just doing this for money. He also claims that she tried to humiliate him by sending nude photos of him to their custody evaluator. Yeah, and he says that she is obsessed with his sex life, and she expresses her obsession in her artwork. And she's exposing their daughter to, this dark, disturbing sexual material.
What was the whole threaten to kill her? Like, was that a kind of like, I was so mad, I'm going to kill you? Or was it like, he pulled out a knife?
I think he had a gun.
Wow.
Yes.
Hawkeye? Come on.
Yeah. I'm going to kill you. No, not me.
Oh, well, there you go.
Why didn't you use a bow and arrow?
Yeah, exactly.
I heard him interviewed one time, and he seemed like the most mild-mannered, really interesting guy. Apparently, he's got a ridiculous IQ. I mean, off the charts, smart. Not that that doesn't make you a killer, because some of our smartest killers have been.
Yes.
Jamie, you mean
Yes.
Fordy? You mean, oh my, he might have been acting. He's an actor.
Yeah, but I have a pretty good sense for those. I don't know.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. No, I don't. I have no sense. This is not good.
No. California students will get to sleep in a little later in the mornings thanks to a new law that mandates later start times at most public schools. So this
High schools.
Well, middle schools and high
Yes,
schools.
good.
Yes. So the governor signed this legislation, and it will require all middle schools in the state to start at 8 a.m. or later. And for high school students, school will start at 8:30 or later.
Great idea.
I think so as well.
I think it's brilliant. I love it. I feel very strongly about it. I mean, there's been all these studies on sleep deprivation
Right.
and how they contribute to poor health.
And the little kids go to sleep earlier anyway, so they're the ones, the elementary school kids should be
The
the
problem is
first
the
ones to
busing,
go.
right? Because the busing, like, for example, in our school district, we have one kind of set of buses.
Mm-hmm.
And so they drop off the high school kids, then they do the middle school kids, then the elementary school kids. So that would be reshuffling for most school districts.
Right,
And
so you just do it the other way around.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, I think that they could figure out the busing, but
The
also
problem is the extracurricular activities. It means football practice, it means band practice, plays sometimes would be later than they normally
Right,
would be, so
and
you'd be
then-
getting home later.
and then students are going to stay up later in general, and then it'd probably be they'd get the same amount of sleep as they did before.
I disagree with that. Well, I mean, that's up to the parents
It is.
ultimately,
It really
and how they
is.
parent. But like, for example, my daughter is in the marching band, and they have a big competition tonight. So last night they had a rehearsal.
Yep.
So I picked her up at school at 9:10. Okay, so she gets home, has to shower, make her lunch, do some
Right.
more homework, stuff like that. So by the time she's getting into bed, it's like 10:30. By the time she probably falls asleep, it's well after 11. And I think she's out the door. I'm always here, I don't know. But I think she's out the door at 6:30, 6:45. It's like, that's no way. And that's, there's hot road sporting events.
Yeah.
Basketball games in the winter.
Now this is, I'm going to sound like I'm an idiot here because obviously high school's basketball games and wrestling meets and all that.
Starting route to Lone Pine Road.
Usually they're on Saturday,
Yeah.
but for whatever reason, there's one big one every year they do in Troy.
Oh, okay.
And it's
And then
tonight.
there's the Clarkston Invitational.
If you want to come, Stoney, I can get you a ticket. I got connections.
Don't think so. You know what, maybe.
It's available to you as well.
See,
I'll think about it.
Yeah.
you know what it is? It just shows you how, I don't know, one-dimensional I am.
Turn left onto Lone Pine Road.
Was playing competing in a track meet near my house. That I went to.
Yes, you did.
But I got to say that if the band competition was at West Bloomfield High School, I probably would go.
Okay, well, that's beautiful.
In 2.3 miles, turn left onto Lone Pine Road.
Like, I play a few notes. I know, but like,
I feel like you're
so
mocking.
each team
I'm
performs.
a little bit hurt. I feel like you're mocking.
Then they go to replay and decide whether
Because that could be cool.
the tubas person had like hands to the throat.
Illegal hands to the throat.
Like a rap battle, but a band battle.
Excuse me here, competitive dance. There's judges.
Yeah.
I would imagine there's judges.
Well, how do they do dance off?
Play? Well, that would be super sweet, right?
They don't do that.
I
do they?
know, but it would be.
Yes.
So you just have to listen to each band play music?
Yes.
Oh,
How many
Why
bands?
is it so difficult to understand?
So how many bands are in this competition?
I don't know. I've never been to one.
I don't know, but I will be there for one of the performances.
And it's outside on the football field, right?
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Bundle up. Concessions,
GCMB, Troy Cole Marching.
the concession stands be open.
Oh, absolutely.
That's how they fund it.
It's a fundraising opportunity.
Yes. You're right.
And I believe Christy McDonald will be working one of the concession stands. Yes.
Yes. So, you guys, a veteran who actually lost the lower half of his body in an explosion has just received one of the world's first penis transplants. I know, and he
Good for
says
him.
that it has changed his life.
I
The
would
best
hope
decision he has ever made.
I would imagine it has.
Yes. So he was in Afghanistan 9 years ago when he was in this explosion. And back in 2018, he got a call from his doctor that said they have a donor. So,
How did that phone conversation go, Heather?
Johnny, we have a donor. It went just like that.
I bet it was more specific. Come on.
We have found the organ that goes with you.
Yes.
Now, the question I
Hear
have,
Heather Park say, Johnny? Okay, go ahead.
will it feel sensations?
Yes, it will. And it took about 6 months after this procedure for him to have everything working down there. Yeah, so yes, he will.
Was the donor is it...
In 1 mile, turn left onto Lone Pine Road.
have one at all.
Right. If you could pick one, you'd pick a bigger one,
He
right?
walks in and be like, no, I'm going to pass on that. Like,
Yeah. Bad news, Wilt Chamberlain passed away. Interesting.
You guys...
Can you paint it?
We never said what the race of the man was, though.
I know.
It's making an assumption
That's why I
there.
said if you're white and you paint it.
Can you paint it?
Oh, bother. A Wheel of Fortune contestant is going viral after admitting on live television that he's trapped in a loveless marriage.
Hello, Blair. Hello. Blair Davis, Cardiff, California. Own the trucking business, it says here.
The trucking business in San Diego.
Good for you. And talk about your family.
I've been trapped in a loveless marriage for the last 12 years to an old battle axe named Kim. She cursed my life with 3 stepchildren named Star, RJ, and Ryan, and I have 1 rotten grandson.
Wow.
Later, obviously, he did admit that it was all a joke, and he is very much in love with his wife and stepchildren. But a lot of people are just loving this intro. The darkest intro in Wheel of Fortune history.
Pat seemed like he was in on the joke.
Kind of,
Yeah, he was kind of laughing along.
Yeah, he was definitely. You could tell he wasn't being serious. He said it in a, an upbeat fashion. But
Turn left onto Lone Pine Road.
It's true, though. It's kind of like the holiday letters when people write about their families, and they're like, it was an amazing year for the Heather Park family, It would be great if on those shows they were a little bit more that way.
In 1.5 miles, arrive at Lone Pine Road.
Well, my wife watches what I eat on an almost constant basis. Has been known to send back orders I make.
oh my gosh.
What's it like being a bachelor? Sucks, Alex. Can't find a date anywhere.
Okay, you guys, finally, a fisherman in Montana was out on the lake fishing, doing what he was doing, when he made a very unusual discovery. Instead of catching a catfish, he actually caught a bobcat.
Really?
Yes.
Dead?
Literally, no. Alive. This bobcat was out there swimming for its life. This guy scooped it up in one of the fishing nets. Got this little bobcat, saved its life, took it to the shore, and released it back to the wild.
I thought she was going to say that he got catfished.
No. He wasn't catfished. Well, kind of, I guess.
I got it.
Thought he was going to get a
first said he
fish.
caught a bobcat, I thought he was like, not
With
kind
a
of.
pole and
I thought he was mindlessly fishing,
Starting route to Woodward Avenue. In 4 miles, turn right onto Woodward Avenue.
Hero.
I know, and a little cute little bobcat, and he documented the whole thing on Facebook, so, of course, people could watch.
So he can get attention for it. Yes.
Sure. And it was very different, a very odd situation to encounter, and
Well, good for him.
trying to figure out why this bobcat was out in the middle of the lake.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say he caught the bobcat, brought it back to land, beheaded it, and then put the head on his wall in his hunting den. Could have done that too, right? Hey, listen, some people would have done that, Heather. You know that.
Oh,
Not this guy, though.
no.
The hero. All right, we caught ourselves a viper.
Ah.
Yes, coming up next, Kalik Hudson of the Michigan Wolverines joins us here on 97.1 The Ticket.
Help Mother Waddles to help those in need by donating your car. Your car donation to Mother Waddles will provide food and shelter to the poorest of the poor. Call Mother Waddles today and change a life. Call 313-WADDLES.
What would you call mortgage loans with lower rates, fewer fees, and more personal service than most banks?
Great. Fantastic. I know genius.
Close. It's Genesis Credit Union.
Either way, it's pretty smart.
Right. If you're a first-time home buyer, looking for a new home, or just want to refinance your current mortgage, Genesis can help you find just the right low fixed rate or adjustable rate loan.
That's genius.
Right. Genesis. 28 locations, 30,000 ATMs. Connect to genesiscu.org.
Genesis Credit Union.
Equal housing lender.
jobs running smoothly. They save time with Beacon. The Beacon Pro Plus app features online ordering, automated rebate tracking, and online bill pay. Choose products like high-quality CertainTeed shingles and accessories. Easy to find the style, color, and quantity, and let the app do the ordering for you. With Beacon Pro Plus, order 24/7 from anywhere. You work hard. Now work smarter. Download the free app at beaconproplus.com.
Now that you can get your favorite Chili's 3 for $10 meals delivered, anywhere can be your own personal Chili's. So,
Hi, welcome to my house.
Welcome to the meat lovers section of my in-laws vegan barbecue. Burgers finally.
Welcome to my therapist's office, where it's okay to eat your feelings. And quesadillas.
welcome to Chili's Delivery. Order online at chili's.com/delivery and get all your favorite 3 for $10 meals, like Cajun chicken pasta, delivered right to you wherever you are. At participating restaurants only. 3 for $10 not available via third-party platforms. Delivery fee supply.
Hello, Saver. At Walgreens, we like the way you save on things. Take afternoon matinees. You know they have the same endings as full-price movies. And co-pays on Medicare Part D prescriptions. You can get them for as low as $0 with select plans. So when you choose a plan with Walgreens as your preferred pharmacy, you know you're saving smartly. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. $0 copay on Tier 1 generic drugs available through select plans that include Walgreens as a preferred pharmacy.
When it comes to keeping your small business's valuable information safe, Dell Small Business Technology Advisors can recommend tailored security solutions like servers, storage, networking. Plus, right now, get up to 45% off select business computers with Intel Core processors. Running your own small business is a big challenge, but with the right partner, it's a lot easier. To speak with an advisor today, call 877-BUY-DELL. That's 877-BUY-DELL.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Michael Pura of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
97.1 The Ticket, the Jamie and Stoney Show. We are joined by Michigan linebacker, Michigan Pfeiffer, Khaleke Hudson. Khaleke, how you doing?
Good, how you doing?
We're doing very well. So far this season, kind of give us your sense of how the year has gone so far. You guys have only lost one game, but obviously offensively maybe haven't played as well as a team. Like defensively, you guys have really come on strong. How do you feel like the season's gone so far?
I feel like the season's going well so far. You know, I feel like we hit adversity when we went to Wisconsin. You know, we did come out with the win like we wanted to, but I'd rather loss come early in the season like that, except for, you know, later in the season, you know, when we really need the wins and stuff.
Speaking of adversity, it looked like you guys were just going to blow Illinois out. And then what the heck happened in the third quarter on both sides of the ball? And then you guys were able to, you know, stem that and take it to the next level on the fourth quarter.
Yeah, we just wanted to stay together. You know, adversity hit in that game, you know, and the guys start coming back a little bit. They start scoring, you know, they start creating turnovers. So, as a defense, we just wanted to put it on our back. You know, just go out there and just keep playing as hard as we can and try to get a turnover for
Starting route to 12547 Broad Street Avenue. Head east on Lone Pine Road.
That's what we did.
In 1.7 miles, turn right onto Woodward Avenue.
To help the team come out with a victory.
We are talking to you for a lot of reasons, one of which is we're going back to your home state, obviously Saturday, to take on Penn State. What's that trip like for you? I know 2 years ago, not that much fun, but what's it like for you to go back and play in front of, I'm sure, a lot of your family and friends?
Yeah, it's a good feeling for me to know that I'll have like a lot of people there support me. You know, a lot of friends and family coming to the game, and it just feels good to go back to Penn State to play. You know, in my home state. You know, I got a lot of friends on that team. So it's gonna be fun playing against them. You know, I can't wait.
How close were you to being an Nittany Lion?
I was real close. You know, it came down to Penn State or Michigan. You know, I picked Michigan. I'm glad I picked here. But yeah, like I said, I got a lot of friends on that team. You know, I still got a good relationship with some of the coaches on the team, so it should be fun.
We're with Khaleke Hudson here on 97.1 The Ticket. I'm curious about the defense. Obviously, you've been in Michigan now. This is your fourth year. You've been part of some great defenses, statistically great, dominant defenses. How does this defense compare, number one, just in how you guys are playing, and number two, just the mentality? Because I know you were part of some defenses where you felt like as the other team scored, you had failed.
Yeah, it's been like that since the day I got here. You know, Coach Brown always preaches to us to run full speed to the ball, and just don't let the offense get nothing at all. And we've been doing that ever since I've been here. So just creating that culture, with the guys that's coming up now, with the freshmen, just letting them know, what type of defense we play, how it's going to go, just keep creating that to make it keep going on and on. That's our main goal, and just to cause havoc. We're an aggressive type of defense. We play man coverage. We're all in your face, so we just want to keep that mentality. We just want to keep going.
Lane closure heading 2.4 miles. The right lane is closed.
Viper. For those of you who don't know, what is a Viper?
It sounds pretty bad.
Yeah, it does.
A Viper is basically the position where you play safety, linebacker, you blitz off the edge, you play in the box, you basically do everything there is to do on the field.
And how much of it is what the defense is called, and how much of it is what you see and what you process as the play is developing?
Yeah. Everything's off was what Coach Brown calls. He calls specific things for the Viper to do, or for the safety to do, for the Mike linebacker to do. So just executing your job and just trusting the players around you that they're going to do their job, to their full ability. That's how we play.
Obviously, Michigan fans are very familiar with that.
In half a mile, turn right onto Woodward Avenue.
And maybe a leader for you or a mentor for you, obviously teammate of yours. He's now playing for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Are you looking at this guy going, hey, you're kind of living my life here, living my dream? So I'm guessing that might be a path you wouldn't mind following.
Man, heck yeah, man. I would. I love to follow his path. I just went to his game last week where they played against the Ravens. It was a fun experience. I got a chance to see him after the game, hang out with him for a little bit. So it's always good to see your former teammates, doing good in the next level and just paving the way for you.
So in about the last, 2 weeks, Peppers had a pick six, Winovich had a touchdown the other night, and then Devin had one on Sunday. That's got to make you guys feel great, huh?
Yeah.
Turn right onto Woodward Avenue.
Just makes you happy just to see them guys just doing good, for themselves, for their families, for their team, and just makes you, I can't wait to get there to make plays for myself and my family.
You talk about your teammates. There's a young guy, sophomore, Cam McGrone. It seems like game in, game out, he's getting better. Who does he remind you of? Anybody? Would it be Bush? Would it be even yourself?
Yeah. He definitely reminds me of Bush, just being fast out there, anticipating things.
In 7.2 miles, keep left onto Woodward Avenue.
Out there, you just love to see that from young guys like him, and you can see the promise in him.
We're talking to Khaleke Hudson here on 97.1 The Ticket. Michigan taking on Penn State on Saturday night. The Iowa game, I want to go back a couple weeks. It was called by Jim Harbaugh a masterpiece defensively. You've been part of some great defensive efforts. Where does that game rank? They came in, they don't turn the ball over. Stanley doesn't throw interceptions. And you guys just, it's almost like you imposed your will upon them that day.
That's definitely one of my favorite games I played in. It's either that game or last year we played against Michigan State. Them was two real good defensively played games by us, and we just wanted to, just stick our veins in them, early. Just put our foots on their necks early and don't let them breathe at all. So I feel like that's what we did.
In the Iowa
That's
game,
what a Viper does.
Yeah,
they don't let anybody breathe.
Just a Viper, nobody else. In the Iowa game, it was a close game. They got down into your territory. I probably don't have the exact yard line, but I felt like they got down to 20-25. And you guys just pushed him back. A holding penalty, a tackle for loss. Was there something said, or was that just kind of you guys knew?
Our mentality is just to we don't want the offense to call the plays to what plays they want to call. We want to determine the calls they play. So our goal is to get them into third and longs, just have them more comfortable and have to force them to pass so we could be able to play our defense, having to blitz, from every angle and be able to put our back coverage in man-to-man or in zone.
We referenced the last time you guys played in Happy Valley, Saquon had the big game, the big run. Don Brown said last year, before you guys played him here, that game still resonates.
Lane closure heading 3 miles. The right lane is closed. You're still on the fastest route.
To make sure that doesn't happen again on Saturday.
Yeah, that game, we put that game behind us now. It's in the past. We can't do nothing to change it, so we're just looking forward to this game, what we can do this week to help prepare us for this game that's coming up, and You know, we know it's gonna be in a hostile environment. You know, it's college game day. It's the whiteout night game, so it's gonna be loud. We just gotta, you know, stay focused on what we do, stick to our plan, and we'll come out on top.
We've had Coach Brown here before, and he's obviously very entertaining for us to talk to. Is he kind of the good cop and the bad cop all in one? Because we see him yelling and screaming on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Yet it's very clear how much he loves you guys on his defense.
Yeah, he definitely loves us. You know, he loves us a lot, and he shows the same intensity on game day in practice. You know, you don't get to see him in practice, but he be out there screaming and high intensity and just expect a lot out of us. You know, to keep going, even when we're tired. You know, even when, you know, your legs are hurting bad, you know, just to keep going, you know, just keep fighting for the team.
And are you, in a way, an extension of him on the field? You're a team captain, obviously, but the position you play, the Viper, are you kind of his point guard, if you will, on the defense?
Yeah, you know, every time we come off the field, he asks me, you know, what's going on out there, what happened, what did you see? You know, he asks all of us that, but yeah, he expects all of us to know what we're doing, to give him information on, you know, what they're saying, what they're calling, who they're looking at, you know, what's their snap count and everything in between. So it's just the trust factor between us and him, and just knowing that we're going to go out there and execute.
Your offense and Shea Patterson has gotten criticized a little bit during the season. What is, you guys practice against them, what is it that you see in practice that we can't see during the game, or is there so much stuff that you still haven't seen on the field that you guys see in practice?
Yeah, just trusting the process. You know, them guys be doing what they got to do in practice, you know, completing passes, having, you know, good long runs, and you know, for the defense, we just got to keep trusting the process. Just knowing that them guys is going to, you know, start getting it on. You know, it's going to come together. You know, we got the best offense in the nation. You know, if you ask me, you know, we got the best receivers, best quarterback, and, you know, the offensive lines is great, along with the running backs. You know, they run hard, they find a hole, and they burst through it. So, like I said, just trusting the process and just knowing that it's going to pull through.
They don't fumble in practice, though, do they?
No.
just in the game right now.
Well, they probably do going against this team.
Yeah, that's true. That's a great point.
Hey, Khalid, we really appreciate the time. Good to meet you. Good luck on Saturday, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, sir. I appreciate you.
Khalid Hudson joining us here. Jamie and Stoney, 97.1 The Ticket.
The Ticket and Ellison Brewery have teamed up. Introducing the Ticket American Lager and the Ticket Double Dry Hopped Hazy Pale Ale. Look for them on draft at a bar or restaurant near you. This CBS Sports Minute is brought to you by Taylor Chevrolet. With the CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by Napa Auto Parts. With quality parts and know-how, Napa Auto Parts and Auto Care Centers can help you keep your car on the road. NFL officiating is a major problem. After the league reacted to the what is a catch morass, it snuck in the helmet rule. Then came last year's pass interference non-call fiasco in the Rams-Saints NFC title game. That began the offensive and defensive pass interference challenge rule, which has been horrendous. Only one person really truly knows what clear and obvious means, and that's Alberto Replay Reversal or non-reversal river run, depending on your point of view. This replay deal has got to go away. Sometimes it feels to me as if the officials are robots doing what they think the competition committee wants, and their holding and crackback calls are frustrating both coaches and fans alike. We all feel it. We can all tell that there's something wrong. What a mess. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Napa know-how. This October, it's no trick. A 5-quart jug of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil is just $26.99. Plus, get a treat, a $10 Visa gift card. Because the only thing spookier than ghouls and ghosts is engine sludge. That's Mobil 1 5-quart jugs for $26.99 plus $10 back. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. General States pricing. Sales prices do not include applicable state, local taxes, or recycling fees. Offer ends 10/31/19.
Lowe's helps property maintenance pros save on what they need to do the job right. Look up to 35% off select appliance special values. And through our quote support program, you can get discounts on large volume purchases like 4-piece kitchen suites as low as $11 $769. Save every day on 5-gallon pails of Valspar 2000 interior paint starting at $89.98. Plus, get 5% off eligible purchases every day just by using your Lowe's business credit account. Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's. Appliance offers valid through 10/23. Terms and conditions apply. Subject to credit approval. Exclusions apply. U.S. only.
Hey, want to get away, relax, and just simply have a great time? Go where we always go. It's the D Las Vegas. For everything you need, the D is completely renovated, so you can enjoy all the comforts of a high-end Las Vegas hotel without missing out on all the high gaming energy and nightlife you want. Now, something brand new, Circus Sports. Now open at the Golden Gate Hotel and Casino. It's right down the street from the D Las Vegas downtown. And remember, the best steak in downtown Vegas, you got Andiamo's Italian Steakhouse right there. Also, for a little bit of nostalgia, at least, you know, you think you're back in Detroit a little bit, it's the American Coney Island right there at the D 24/7. If you want to play golf, just tell the folks at the D and they'll set you up with a lot of the great courses in Las Vegas. A lot of great times in Vegas, a lot of great times at the D. Hang out at the Long Bar. You have a wonderful time down there watching all the games. Book a room today. It's thed.com. If you're staying on the Strip, make sure you put the D Las Vegas in downtown on your agenda. It's a lot of fun. Like I said, the D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
If you're getting ready to upgrade your vehicle to a safer, newer car, truck, or SUV, then Taylor Chevrolet is the dealer who can help. Taylor will maximize your savings by making sure you get all of the available incentives and rebates. The 19 Chevy Silverado Crew Cab 4x4 is only $125 a month through the end of October. 24-month, 20,000-mile lease with zero down. Visit TaylorChevy.com for full details and apply for instant credit on Telegraph Road north of Eureka.
We say yes.
At Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union, we're for teachers, not just teachers. If you've ever taught a lesson about anything in life, you can join MSGCU. We're for anyone who's ever taught someone how to flip a pancake, play euchre, put on makeup, or parallel park. Anyone who's taught someone how to choose the perfect outfit, find the Big Dipper, change a tire, or play the piano. Because we know that even the smallest lessons can make the biggest difference. So we're dedicated to giving all the teachers out there a better way to bank. With great rates, convenient mobile services, and terms that are as friendly as our people. So if you've ever taught a lesson and you live or work in the Lower Peninsula, a Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union membership can help you get the most out of life and your finances. It's easy to join. Stop by a local branch or visit msgcu.org and see how everything we do is about friendly money. Insured by NCUA.
The Lions VIP Tailgate by BullseyeEventGroup.com. Get the Cowboys and Bears game Thanksgiving Day started right. There's an open bar for 3 hours before kickoff. Menu by Food Network chef Aaron May. The Lions VIP Tailgate. Get tailgate tickets now at BullseyeEventGroup.com.
Download the Radio.com app. Favorite 97.1 The Ticket and check out the Home and Home Show with Radio.com Insider. Ross Tucker and Dave Frakes. Swings and Misses with Jen and Cody Decker. And Scal and Pals with Brian Scalampini. Available on Radio.com.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
This report brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. An earlier accident and cleanup has been cleared. US 23 northbound at M59 Highland Road. The road has been reopened. There is now an accident on the right shoulder, US 23 southbound at 6 Mile. In Taylor, there is still an accident, investigation and closure, Telegraph southbound at Pennsylvania. And a wreck is blocking the left side, 94 eastbound just after Little Mac. For same-day service of your furnace or plumbing, call Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 37 years in the business. A+ Better Business Bureau rating. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 800-924-2123. MastercraftHeating.com. I'm Michelle Pena in the WWJ 24-hour traffic center.
At home, in your car, or at work. Detroit's sports station.
Besser to Edler with a shot scored, and that one deflected off the Red Wings stick of Philip Verona, getting behind Bernier. And it's 4-1 Vancouver. That's another power play goal.
Ken Cal last night from Vancouver as the Canucks used 3 power play goals to beat the Red Wings by a final score of 5-1.
And the Wings special teams awful 0 for 3 on their power play, including they had a 5-on-3 for like a minute 40 and couldn't score.
Wings are 3-3. They're off today.
In 1 mile, keep left onto Woodward Avenue.
Holland and the Edmonton Oilers on Friday night. Pistons lose preseason action 106-86 last night in Philly. And the Washington Nationals are into the World Series for the first time ever. They win the pennant They beat the Cardinals 7-4. Astros over the Yankees by a final score of 4-1. That series is 2-1 in favor of Houston. Day off today, potentially with rain, although they're scheduled to play Game 4 in the Bronx tonight.
That would, I think, give a little advantage to the Astros because another day rest for Verlander and Garrett Cole.
You think?
Yeah, Garrett Cole's been unbelievable. Although he did walk 5 guys yesterday, struggled a little bit early, struggling by his standards.
Right.
You know, he's been it's amazing, and I wonder how much money he's going to make next year. Free agent.
Did pretty well.
Yeah, he ain't coming here.
Is he a Boris guy?
I believe so, but I'm not 100% sure.
He should be. I would say, Garrett, fire your agent and hire Scott Boras. Although not that it really matters.
No.
I think I could probably get him a pretty good contract.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so the Lions are 2-2-1, and the game on Monday night obviously had a lot to do with officiating. We talked about that a lot yesterday. Stoney was just all over the refs. I was like, listen, there's a lot of other things going on.
Use the left 2 lanes to keep left onto Woodward Avenue.
The other way around if you weren't listening.
Oh, that's right.
In 1.6 miles, turn right onto West 9 Mile Road.
I love the day 2 stuff. It really is interesting to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a lot of the columnists yesterday and even the beat writers. Wojo kind of went in hard on the officiating. Dave Burkett wrote a piece essentially saying it was funny. They both used the exact same phrase, which is blaming the refs is the loser's lament. And Burkett used that as the centerpiece of his entire piece, or center point of the entire piece, basically saying, if you're going to sit here and blame the refs, you're a loser. He didn't say that, but that was kind of the implication. Whereas Wojo said, ripping on the officials is the loser's lament. But in this case, it's justified.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, the officiating was horrific. We're not going to get into that again. But there were other things that you have to look at the Detroit Lions. Both some positives and some negatives.
In 1 mile, turn right onto West 9 Mile Road.
And I know it's tough to take those zebras and throw them away. Take them out. 248-539-9797. Yes. 97136 on the ticket text. Well, what's your other reaction to the game itself? I mean, I loved the fact that they showed creativity right out of the box with a perfectly executed flea flicker, although it would have been nice if Galladay would have run the ball all the way in and not gotten caught, but because they only got 3 out of it. But all in all, what bothered me the most about the Lions is something that's been bothering me all season is this highly regarded defensive line, and you keep telling me, be patient. We're 5 games in, and it has not been dominant yet.
No.
And I don't know if it'll ever be dominant. I don't know if they're waiting for Deshaun Hand or Mike Daniels. I mean, Snacks did have a sack, but they ran the ball.
But that was generated by Tavai on the blitz.
They're running the ball down their throats in most of these games, and that is a concern. That's the way it was last year before they got acquired Snacks, and now you acquire Snacks. He played great last year, got the big money deal, and it's just not happening. And this is Patricia's bread and butter. This defense, the defensive line. Now, that said, secondary still played really well, even though they got burned by a guy nobody ever heard of. I mean, Coleman had great coverage on that play.
I like this team, and I can't get away from that, and it's bugging the crap out of me because I feel like I'm getting duped and fooled again. We were laughing after the show yesterday. I moved to Detroit 25 years ago, and when I moved here, I met you, and I met Woj, and I met some other guys who we used to work with at the old station. And one of the guys who I got to know was a guy named Art Regner, who Lions fans know and Red Wing fans know very well. And I'll never forget, this was in 1994, at the height of the Wayne Fonz, Barry Sanders era. And Art said to me, Jamie, Lions are a joke.
Turn right onto West 9 Mile Road.
That was 25, that's a quarter of a century ago. And they're still doing the same crap,
I know.
But I don't know, I just thought that was funny to talk about.
In 2.2 miles, turn right onto West 7 Mile Road.
This team, and it's really weird because I was looking at some of the power polls yesterday across the country, and the Lions have fared very well after losing 2 games.
Yes, in a row.
I feel like they've gone up in the eyes of the NFL viewer, the average national NFL viewer, because of how they've played against the Kansas City Chiefs and the Green Bay Packers, 2 of the top 6-7 teams in the NFL, probably
and most
right now.
other people's power rankings.
Yeah,
Yes,
I mean,
you are
the
correct.
Packers have played their way now into the top 5 based on how they've played the last few weeks, and I like the fact fact that the Lions are going toe-to-toe with all these teams. I like the fact that they have an offensive game plan where, it's not just hope Stafford gets it done. Yes, I'd like Kerryon Johnson to play better. I'd like the offensive line to open up more lines, more holes. But I just feel like as the season goes along, this momentum is actually going to... I think they're going to beat the Giants. I think they're going to beat the Raiders. I think they're going to have a good chance to beat the Cowboys at home. I don't look at this team as being this overmatched ball club, which is what it's been for a long time. I like the direction this team's heading, and it's coming off 2 gut-wrenching losses.
Yes, and look, we said when the season started, I love the way the team is being built. They're being built in the trenches. Now, the crazy thing is, the trench play has not been very good. But strategy defensively, for the most part, I like, maybe you blitz a little bit more. I like most of what Bevel's doing. They seem like a team, an organization. It's hard to say this. It seems to be at least doing it the right way, moving up. Now, it's incremental. It's not like the Rams who came out of nowhere.
In 1 mile, turn right onto West 7 Mile Road.
Oh, that's the problem.
Well, the Rams the year before, they won their division and hosted the playoffs.
Right. But, the point is, this is going to be a process, and I don't know if people have enough patience for the process, but they should, because you've been patient. You've been patient for 25 years. I was here in 86. Fans have been patient a lot longer. This is what it's going to take.
This is a benchmark moment for Matt Patricia right now.
I agree.
This game Sunday, they have to win this game.
Convincingly.
I don't think it has to be convincing. I think there's one thing that needs to be, this is a dark cloud right now on this team that hasn't gotten a lot of attention. There are 3 blemishes on their records. The tie and 2 losses. They've been outscored 25 points in the fourth quarter, 42-17. They can't close all the time. They closed against the Chargers when Slay made the pick. Philly, you could kind of argue, had a few things not gone their way. They didn't necessarily close it. The Eagles closed themselves in it with the stupid penalty and the drop pass in the end zone. So, to me, this is the witching hour. This is after, this is post-Harbaugh Schwartz, for sure. Because from that point on,
turn right onto West 7 Mile Road.
This is it. And the track record of this organization, history says they come out Sunday and they lose an absolute heartbreaker with the stats I just proved for the fourth quarter.
In 1.3 miles, turn left onto Livernois Avenue.
Crickets in Ford Field, and everybody's just SOL. Change it, guys. Change it.
248-539-9797. How do you feel about this team right now? Are you holding out till Sunday again, as we held out till Monday? And what do you like, what don't you like about the Lions at 2-2-1? 248-539-9797's the telephone number. Ticket text 97136. Here's T.O. with a sports update on 97.1 The Ticket.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD.
In 1 mile, turn left onto Livernois Avenue.
The radio.com sports station. Sports headlines. All day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Flame Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. A week-long Canadian road trip gets off to a rocky start for the Red Wings as they were hammered by the Vancouver Canucks 5-1 last night in Vancouver. Afterwards, defenseman Dennis Cholowski was asked what went wrong for the Wings in that loss to the Canucks.
They just kind of worked us, they outcompeted us, battled us. They stripped it behind us and just got to work. After we scored that first goal, we kind of mailed it in. Can't do that.
That clip comes courtesy of Fox Sports Detroit. Dylan Larkin scored Detroit's only goal. It came just 30 seconds into the first period. NFL Executive Vice President Troy Vincent telling reporters at the NFL's owners' meetings yesterday in Florida, the second hands-to-the-face penalty called Monday night against the Lions' Trey Flowers shouldn't have been called. Vincent, by the way, not elaborating if lead official Clete Blakeman or his crew will face any kind of reprimand for that call or for any of the other questionable calls that happened in Monday night's game. Trade of note in the NFL last night, the Jacksonville Jaguars shipped Pro Bowl cornerback Jalen Ramsey to the Los Angeles Rams in exchange for a pair of first-round draft picks. The Houston Astros take a 2-1 lead in the American League Championship Series. They beat the New York Yankees 4-1 last night in Game 3 of that best-of-7 series. Meanwhile, the Washington Nationals advanced to their first-ever World Series after a 7-4 series-clinching win last night over the St. Louis Cardinals in Game 4 of the National League Championship Series. The Pistons lose to the Philadelphia 76ers
106-86 in a preseason game that took place last night in Philadelphia. Major upset last night in men's soccer as Team USA loses in a qualifier to Canada 2-0. It's the first time in 34 years, Jamie, that the Canadian men have beaten the U.S. in a match. From the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Tony Ortiz. For more, stay tuned to 97.1 The Ticket and radio.com.
Jamie. I love Greg Hargrave. And Stoney.
He's a bipolar idiot anyways.
On 97.1 The Ticket.
Well, it's because we have the Stanley Cup, right?
That's
Isn't that
right.
why? We have the Stanley Cup. Now they have the NBA championship, and now they have beaten us in soccer.
Yeah.
Footy.
They need Harks.
John Harkes. Yeah, they got to bring back the great John Harkes. Well, they should fire the coach, right? I don't even know who that is.
I don't either at this point.
Turn left onto Livernois Avenue.
Serena. He's the only soccer coach I've ever heard of in my life.
No, and it's not Jurgen Klinsmann.
Jurgen Klinsmann. That's right. No.
By the way, can I follow up on something Gov said?
No.
Before, okay, thank you.
More soccer. Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Gov was talking about how important a game this is for the Lions. I think people are going to sleep on the fact this is a pretty important game for the Vikings, too. Because if they lose to the Lions, now they're suddenly at least a game and a half behind the Green Bay Packers. But more importantly, in the divisional tiebreakers, they are further behind Minnesota. So the Vikings are further behind Green Bay, sorry. So they need to come out and play well and beat the Lions to stay in the NFC.
I don't care about the Vikings.
I was going to say, that, I mean, I'm sure that's all true with all your little NFC
Thank
North
you.
big picture malarkey.
Yeah, they'd be 0-3 in the division. Too,
Correct.
right?
That's huge because Green Bay's 3-0 in the division. So as important a game as this is for the Lions, it's equally as important for the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm sorry if I'm taking the big picture.
No. I mean, I'm sure it is. The reason why I think it's a slightly bigger game for the Lions, because if the Lions lose, then I believe the Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn era comes to a crashing halt. I'll never believe in the team again, and I'll become a fan of the team.
In 3.1 miles, turn left onto West Davison.
Look, if they lose this game, can they still make the playoffs and get in a wild card? Yeah, they can't win the division.
Right.
But for me, it's all about culture.
Me too.
They're trying to
I
implement
couldn't care less. That's why, I mean, I understand everything you're saying, but yeah, after what happened to them on Monday night,
Go kick ass.
go kick ass.
You talked me off the edge slightly because I like this team too, and I like what they're doing. And I just don't get into blaming officials a lot. I know it's the main reason they lost, but I saw so many other troubling things, and it was so disappointing when they had an opportunity to really, really make a statement. They let it get away from them. So I have removed myself emotionally from this team a little bit. Like Saturday, Sunday, no matter what happens, I won't get that mad. I'm kind of like back on let's see what this is, if he's got things on the right path here. Let's see if they can bounce back from a short week and against a huge game at home when they're facing adversity. I want to see, because they have never done that in my past. So, right, my emotional investment, it was gone from Monday night, and I was borderline. Yesterday, I'm glad I didn't say it. Because it was just too emotional reaction that I was done with this regime. And I'm gonna sit back with what you said, Jamie. That I do believe in what they're doing, but I got to see it. They got to change it. This is it.
There's some little things that occurred Monday that small sample size that make you wonder. Like, as good as TJ Hawkinson played in the first game, he really hasn't done much. He did have a touchdown in one of the other games, but he dropped the touchdown, as everyone knows. And then you're watching Devin Bush just basically become the defensive rookie of the year. You're sitting there saying, maybe they should have done that. Then you'd have a linebacker who could actually cover guys out of the backfield.
Imagine having watched them play the Steelers, and ever since those first two games, their defense has been outstanding. Go get them, by the way, in fantasy if they're out there. But imagine putting Bush on this defense, and you have to take away Hawkinson, though, on offense. You know, imagine him, the way he is swarming out there for the Steelers right now.
Hawkinson, though, to me is kind of indicative of this team. I kind of like him, even though you're right, the results aren't totally there.
Right.
I do like Hawkinson, and I do think he's going to be a good player. Now, better than Devin Bush, I don't know. I mean, you're right, that's going to be one to
He's
watch.
going to be a good player, but like we said, maybe you don't take that type of player with
Classic
you draft.
Stanley App moment right there. The Stoney App.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, you were with me on wanting to select him.
I know.
They had the chance.
Or Ed Oliver, who I understand I haven't followed Buffalo that closely, has played pretty damn well.
Let's go to Steve in Grosse-Ile on 97.1 The Ticket. Good morning, Steve.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Great. You?
great. I'm glad you guys are putting a positive spin on the Lions. My take on it is that the Lions are playing exciting football. We've had some really exciting games, heart-wrenching losses for sure, but really exciting games. And in the past, this would be over. You take the flea flicker that started the game the other day. In years past, Stafford would have overthrown that ball or would have been dropped right in the receiver's hands. And we've got something to talk about. Everyone's talking about the Lions, and I like the team. I'm excited about the team. I just hope they do win on Sunday.
But it's interesting. In the past, Stafford's been pretty good in the fourth quarter, right? He's had all those comebacks, and
well, he's been playing from behind too. I mean, they are in a different position now, playing from ahead because they are trying to run a little bit of clock, maybe get the running game. Whereas in the past, the Lions are down 2 touchdowns, and that's where he could become Stat Padford.
That's the point of the offensive line's run protect, run blocking, and the fact that they can't run the ball as well as they can, because it makes Stafford and the passing game less.
Let's go to Chris in Allen Park on 97.1 The Ticket. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, guys. Hey, I just want to say on the Lions, I think their record is what it is, and that's who they are. It's just average. I think we all get caught up in the culture and then being competitive, which is all positive and good. But if you look at what they have in the NFL being all about matchups, what do they have better than anybody else or better than even the team they're playing? And I think that was very obvious in the game against the Packers. Was their offense better than theirs, especially in the second half?
No, but they also do have Aaron Rodgers. I mean, let's not forget about that. And they have Aaron Jones. You're right, the wide receivers they have. You know what I think they have, Chris? And this is me completely buying in, and I'll probably look like a complete jackass in 5 weeks. I feel like when Matt Patricia and Darrell Bevell sit down together and I know there's a lot of other coaches involved, but if you look at those two guys, essentially the head of the defense, with all due respect to Paul Pasqualoni, and the head of the offense, I like what that gives them.
Yes.
You know, going up against Matt LaFleur, going up against, I think it gives them an edge.
Okay, that's all fine and good.
Yeah.
But it's still about the players that play.
No, you're right. You're 100% right. Yes.
And I believe that their secondary matches up with as good as most secondaries in the NFL, if not better.
And they didn't have Diggs.
Yeah.
They didn't have Diggs on. They haven't had Diggs in 2 games.
Now, granted,
against 2 of the best quarterbacks they're going to play.
Granted, Monday, I mean, Devontae Adams didn't play for Green Bay either, which made it a little easier.
But Aaron Rodgers did.
I know.
Booker McFarland said he thinks that
in half a mile, turn left onto West Davison.
He's got a beef against Jalen Ramsey, but he's talking about how he thinks Gilmore's the best cover corner in the NFL and that Slay's second.
Yeah.
Or he's like right up there.
The other thing with the importance of this game, the NFL trade deadline is October 29th, so it is right after the Giants game. I think the Lions need to win these next 2 games to get significantly involved into the trades, where I think there's going to be talent available cheaper than usual.
Or if they, unfortunately, if they would lose the next 2, they could be selling off some pieces too.
Well, they become sellers.
I know.
I mean, I don't know how this regime survives. I don't.
What if they win the next 2 games and then sell?
That's not
like they did last year.
Like if they win this game, I think next week the trade rumors are really going to start firing up, and they could get somebody on the cheap.
Tim Flushing, 97.1 The Ticket. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, kids. Hey, Kevin, I'm pick on you just for a quick second, okay? So here's my thought. I heard you say that these guys have to show this and show that, and that we talk about the refs, not blaming the refs. That's true, but I think the Packers defense is really, really good. I mean, those guys, those Smith brothers, or Smith guys, I don't know if they're brothers or not.
No.
Those guys are really, really good. And
turn left onto West Davison, then turn right onto Broad Street Avenue.
Down, I don't know, what, 80 times or something that game. Yeah, I get the frustration, but man, I'm not sure Packers are getting the credit that they deserve. Especially their defense. I mean, yeah, the offense is Aaron Rodgers, and that's really almost all you need. But the defense, they're really good.
Yeah, but Philly ran up their throats.
I just think you got to get a touchdown on one of those first 2 drives that you got field goals on, and it's just you're just setting yourself up to lose if you don't. I'm not saying that I give the Green Bay defense credit, but if you got to be eventually you got to be better than them. You know, I think if they score a touchdown, one of those 2 field goals they win the game. I can't prove that. It's just a personal opinion.
Or in the second half when they were down there and Stafford attempted a pass to Logan Thomas in the end zone. He threw it way over his head.
Turn right onto Broad Street Avenue.
He makes that throw.
In a quarter mile, the destination is on your right. 12547 Broad Street Avenue.
They truly did correct is the fourth quarter defense. To me, in those the two losses and the tie, to give up 42 points, to be outscored 42-17, that you will not win in the NFL giving up that many points. They've got to tighten. Now, I don't know if it's a philosophy change or what it is. Are they going slightly more conservative?
I don't know, but I do think again, we're talking about Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. The Murray one is unacceptable. Hashtag unacceptable.
Yeah.
Rodgers at Lambeau and Mahomes. I mean, not many defenses can stop those guys.
You know, I will say this though. I mean, Arizona, they are playing better football. They're 2-3-1. Am I saying that they're a good team? No, that is unacceptable. You're right. Kyler Murray is surprising people right now.
Yeah, he's playing a lot better. All right, Heather News coming up next. What's up, Heather?
Well, I'm going to tell you how a family of 7 were just set free.
The destination is on your right. 12547 Broad Street Avenue.
Oh, did it ever come? Oh, I guess we'll find out.
We'll find out next.
We'll tell you if the
Arrived.
apocalypse has come next on 97.1 The Ticket. High school playoff.